Burning change 17 from Hampton and 290 outbound grade. Stevenson inbound south from Pulaski to Kedzie at 27 from 365 in. The outbound Stevenson is delay free. 57, no major delays. The Bishop Ford on the inbound side of Clear. Outbound on the Ford still a bit slow approaching the Stony Island Seaward. Gustavo Lakeshore Road north and southbound. You're checking into great shape. Traffic sponsored by Duncan. Chicago runs on Duncan. Your next report is 11:08. News Radio 105.9 WBBM. AccuWeather says we'll see a few clouds around, but mostly sunny skies today with a high of 46. And then for tonight, mainly clear skies. Lows will range from 22 in some of the western suburbs to 34 along Chicago's lakefront.
Okay, looks like fun time's over.
Skies, it's 39 at O'Hare at 10:59. News what matters around the clock. Breaking news at any time from the Pittsburgh Bank Studio. Pittsburgh means business. This is Chicago's own news station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM. WBBM. Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, the Blackhawks organization is expected to begin talks today with a man who says his sexual assault charges against a coach were mishandled. This is Bernie Tafoya. Police say some witnesses from a deadly weekend Halloween party in Joliet Township are being uncooperative. And a CDC panel considers approving the Pfizer vaccine for kids. Latest coming up from CBS News. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 92. The S&P 500 ahead by 13. The NASDAQ is up 25 points. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 46 today. Right now, mostly sunny and 39 at O'Hare. And at the Dome in Chicago, it's 11 o'clock. It's CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Well. I'm Steve Caton. A CDC panel considering the Pfizer COVID vaccine for kids after hearing from Director Rochelle Walensky.
Walensky told the panel to keep in mind the risk for children aged 5 to 11, but also noted that there have been detrimental social and mental impacts. She says there are affected graders who have never experienced a normal school year.
Pediatric vaccination has the power to help us change all of that.
But Walensky stresses that the pediatric vaccine is just one important piece of the puzzle and that adults need to continue getting shots. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Opening statements this morning in the Wisconsin trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager who shot and killed 2 protesters last year claiming self-defense. Prosecutor Thomas Binger.
The shot that killed Mr. Rosenbaum was a shot to the back. This occurred after the defendant chased down Mr. Rosenbaum.
Today, voters in Virginia are picking a new governor. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says the Republican in the close race has gotten the backing of former President Trump.
He has been a sort of omnipresent figure in this race, but not actually physically here. And that is essentially at the request of the Republican Glenn Youngkin. He made very clear over the course of the general election that he's going to win this on his own.
Voters in Minneapolis deciding whether to replace the city's police department with a new Department of Public Safety. All sparked by George Floyd's killing last year.
I feel like the system in place isn't working, and instead of it working, we need to change it.
Backers say the proposed department would take a comprehensive public health approach to safety that could include police officers. Opponents worry crime is going to get worse.
Living in North Minneapolis, gunshots are constant every single night, like a war zone.
Overseas, new developments of the UN Climate Summit.
The president stood alongside the leaders of the EU and Canada as he announced a pledge by more than 80 countries to cut one of the most potent greenhouse gases.
35th Street. The White Sox.
To achieve the goal in the U.S., the Biden administration will more tightly regulate the leakage of methane from oil and gas pipelines. Mr. Biden says the government will also work with farmers to reduce methane emissions from livestock. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News for the President at the COP26 summit in Scotland.
A judge has ordered others to take over the finances of South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh, who's facing lawsuits and questions surrounding the death of his wife and his son. Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 91
White Sox
points.
should have been in the World Series.
This is CBS News.
Choked again.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimum. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
APR equals annual percentage rate. By member's choice. This institution is not federally insured. NMLS number 384759. Equal housing opportunity. Account insured up to $250,000. Call for additional cost information. Other restrictions may apply. You already know Credit Union 1 has the lowest mortgage rates in Chicagoland. But did you know Credit Union 1 is offering jumbo loans for as low as 2.5% with an APR of 2.707%? Plus, get pre-approval in 1 day. That's 2.5% with an APR of 2.707% on jumbo loan purchases and refinances. There's even no closing cost option. Lowest mortgage rates, no closing cost options, pre-approval in 1 day. Call Credit Union 1 or apply online today for jumbo loans as low as 2.5% with an APR of 2.707%. Call 888-610-4591. That's 888-610-4591. Or apply at creditunion1.org. That's creditunion1.org. Credit Union 1. Better banking for all of us.
Sounds like the auto industry is in need of a quick jump start.
Fall auto sales have been down. Tom Appel with Consumer Guide Automotive.
October is probably going to be the worst month since the Great Recession, and it's looking like 2021 is going to be the worst sales year since the Great Recession, and 2022 may not be a lot better.
There are various factors, including a shortage of microchips and backed up shipping ports. James Bell with Kia America adds,
What I'm afraid of is that manufacturers of all sorts of products are now going to, turn it up to 11, try to get as much going as possible, and then have the market
Jersey will start
and have oversupply.
which Bell says Kia is watching closely. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
A new analysis from the Urban Institute estimates the U.S. Census missed about 1.6 million people in the count last year during the pandemic. That undercount is actually smaller than what analysts were expecting. I'm Steve Kazin, CBS News.
It's Chicago's all-news station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM and WBBMNewsRadio.com. It's 11:05 on Tuesday, November 2nd. Good morning. I'm Jim Good. It's mostly sunny, 42 now out here. AccuWeather says we're a few clouds around, but a mostly sunny day and a high of 46. It's going to be a cold night tonight. We'll get more details in the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 11:15. Our top local story is News Radio WBBM. Officials of the Chicago Blackhawks plan to meet with the attorney for Kyle Beach today. The Tribune reports it's expected settlement talks will begin at that time. Beach sued the team earlier this year, charging negligence in their handling of a sexual assault allegation against the video coach 11 years ago. An education advocate says the Chicago public schools may be misinterpreting our
Wisconsin, another 3 lane.
and as a result, unnecessarily blocking access to the classroom software in the name of privacy. The story from WBBM political editor Greg Dellamore. Kathy Cresswell, director of Illinois Families and Public Schools, reports a complaint from teachers who say they lost access to software used for presentation, teaching lessons on coding and more because of the Student Online Personal Protection Act. It's meant to safeguard students' personal information being shared with third-party companies. She thinks the Chicago Public Schools may be misinterpreting the law.
There's tons of programs that are now being used throughout Illinois. Those schools are in compliance with the law. And so for CPS not to get it done, then they're doing some things in some, very mysterious and complicated ways that are, have now become a huge problem.
A CPS spokeswoman tells Axios officials are working to resolve the issues with its software vendors. Craig Dellamore, News Radio 105.9 WBBM. Schools and businesses have reopened in Dixmoor following 2 weeks of water problems. But as WBBM's Mike
It's
Rossi
almost
tells
exactly
us,
700
the issue is not
miles.
completely resolved.
There's a temporary
Damn
water
right.
line from Blue Island feeding Dixmoor, and they're talking about making it permanent. The village president, Fitzgerald Roberts, says the water pressure is close to normal. He says that proves the problem is with Harvey. Harvey supplies the village's water, and there has been back and forth over who or what's to blame. Roberts said at a meeting of the village board, a boil order remains in effect.
This was a serious crisis that we were dealing with. This is a crisis that no one at Dixmoor dealt with before. We did all we can do here.
While the water is flowing again, the fix so far is only temporary. That's the latest on the water woes in Dixmoor.
Police say they had received noise complaints and were in the area where a Halloween party turned deadly in Joliet Township last weekend. 2 people were killed and 9 others were taken to hospitals with gunshots or injuries related to the mayhem at a Halloween party in Joliet Township. Will County Sheriff's Police believe the shooting was gang-related. They say the host of the party had used a social media site to invite friends, but that invite then spread on social media, and people the host did not know showed up. Police say they gathered a substantial amount of evidence and have been talking to witnesses.
Investigators say some witnesses and partygoers, though, have not been cooperating. Sheriff's police say 3 people remain hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Learning to Boy News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
You can listen to WBBM wherever your phone goes. Download the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Or when you're home, just ask your smart speaker to play WBBM News Radio. It's 11:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Sponsored by Black Diamond Plumbing and Mechanical. Here's Weather App.
We're still seeing some delays on the outbound side of the Bishop Port, and this is all because we have a crash involving a semi still over on the right shoulder. It's before the Stony Theater. No lanes are blocked. But we're still seeing it slow on the outbound side of the port. Side the way starts back at the Dan Ryan, 15 minutes from the Ryan at 8094. The most of the delay, though, is on the outbound side of the Ryan itself, pretty heavy past 71st out to 18 minutes from 95th in. On the inbound side of the Bishop Port, no delays. Once you get to the inbound Dan Ryan, it's 14 minutes from 95th to downtown. Earlier stall on the Dan Ryan Express lane is now clear from the area 59. 57 delays